What's going on? It's your boy User Upload back with another upload here. In this channel, we focus on cybersecurity concepts and pen testing labs in an effort to give back to the community and showcase skills. In today's episode, we focus on Explosion Lab. Topics covered in this: networking, programming, RDP sessions, recon, and weak credentials. We begin by looking at the write-up that was provided to us. In here, begins to speak about in a corporate environment, employees sometimes need support from their peers. This goes then on to speak about assuming a new employee gets onboarded, they have access to technical tools on their corporate Windows operating systems that allow them to do their job effectively. Some of these tools can intercept packets on the network to analyze the flow of information between the two hosts. Other tools might be script editors that would allow them to automate their day-to-day tasks as technical-oriented employees. Others might allow them to remotely connect to hosts running on either Linux or Windows to support their fellow teammates or customers, and that's specifically what we're going to be focusing on today. In this case, we're going to be going over the misconfigurations associated with the latter. And basically, we're going to take a look at CLI tools and GUI tools that allow us to incorporate this into an enterprise environment, right? So then it begins to speak about the history of the protocol we're using, and that would be Telnet port 23 of TCP. This was originally unencrypted, is what it goes on to show here, and it speaks about how since that the traffic's being sent unencrypted, it can be easily intercepted. And so another protocol was created, and that would be SSH. Then we'll go on to speak about SSH and using public key cryptography to verify the remote host identity, right? And that is a client-server architecture that is being used. Seen previously with FTP, SMB, and other services. Local host uses the service public key to verify its identity before establishing the encrypted tunnel connection. Once the tunnel is encrypted or established, symmetric encryption methods and hashing algorithms are used to ensure confidentiality and integrity, right? So since all of that is going on, we can just hope for poorly misconfigured authentication or credentials, right? So it begins to tell us in the notes later on that we're going to use X-free RDP. So after we're done answering these questions, we'll go ahead and do that. So what graphical user interface interactions are we going to be using? That would be the GUI, as we just discussed. What is the name of the old remote access tool? That would be Telnet. At this point, we can begin enumerating, and it's asking us the name of the service running on port 3389. Alright, so we found a service, and it is service typically used that's run on the Windows RDP sessions over the network. So we can quickly check for any misconfigurations with this. We're going to try to go ahead and get a foothold with X-free RDP. Rest of the notes will provide instructions on how to actually install it. And pretty much what we're going to do is attempt to log in as guest first, and try admin. So what we're doing here is we're going to ignore parts on the initialization process of the RDP session. So by using a script that's going to ask the server to ignore our certificate, hopefully we'll be able to exploit the system. Here you can see and these are really detailed notes. Very thankful for these. These are always great, clear and concise, straight to the point. All right, let's go ahead and try again here. I'm trying to initialize the serve as the admin. Since the admin credentials are not configured correctly, we're going to be able to get in. Here we can see the RDP session has been launched. Successfully gained a foothold on the Windows server, Windows RDP session. Let's go ahead and see. Can't find out any information, extract any data. Here we see the server manager. We'll be able to see any other servers being run, information being shared between these databases. It's going to ask us what username we're able to use, and then for the flag. Now it looked like the flag was actually on the desktop in the note, so they made it easy for us here. Let's go ahead and grab that. Grab the flag, copy it, paste it, and we are done.